guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's Newsstand, and I want to talk about The Last of Us 2. Now, I want to talk about what is going on with the artists that originally made this song, who redid it, and if this is within copyright infringement. Now, obviously, I know nothing about law, so to be very fair, I want to give a huge shout out to Hoeg Law and SidAlpha, who did a fantastic job explaining it to me. I am not good. Give me something medical fine. When it comes to law, I'm like, who, what, when, why? I don't understand it. Now, I do think I have a little bit better insight. Of course, what I say is not fact, and I will, as always, admit my bias towards this game. Now, let's talk about the situation, and then I will give you my opinion. We had this article come out from IGN, The Last of Us 2 trailer accused of copying artists without permission. Now, we had a huge, ironically enough, issue in the gaming community when it came to The Last of Us. Now, I'm not going to go over it, but for the most part, they unfairly struck a lot of YouTubers for simple constructive criticism. I don't want to put a target on my own back, but I made just as many videos, well, maybe not quite as many, but close, and I never had an issue because my biggest guess is I'm a little bit more constructively critical of these companies than most. Now, I don't know if that's true. They simply could have looked over, the videos where I go through every single leak. Come on now, let's be real. I was sticking up for the game. That's why they didn't strike me. So, let's talk about this situation. This is something completely new. It's just very ironic that it's come to this. We have the original song, which came out in 1987 by New Order. It is very 80s-esque. It is very synth. It is very loud. It is very much every single thing you would think of when it comes to the 80s. The song is called True Faith. Now, take 10 years back from where we are now, and we have Lottie Kestner. And she does a cover of this song, which I must say, 100%, 1000% better than the original. It is absolutely beautifully done. From the guitar strings to her vocals, she does a fantastic job. And that brings us to yesterday. We had a new trailer, TV spot, come out for The Last of Us Part 2. And it was well done. I actually prefer the gameplay trailers. CGI trailer to me just didn't look right. Something about Ellie's mouth was very off to me. But that's regardless, because the song was obviously True Faith. Now, this was, again, originally not done by Lottie Kestner, but the arrangement that we hear within this is an original arrangement that came from her, not from New Order. So, where are we at when it comes to copyright? And does she have grounds to, seek action? Now, I do think at this point, I will be very clear, I don't think she's going to do anything. And the reason I say that is because at this point, she has already taken down every tweet pertaining to this situation. My best guess, and the optimist in me hopes that Neil Druckmann or somebody from Naughty Dog reached out to her and said, hey, you know what? We did do this. It's our bad. Here's, some money for it. Now, I'm not saying that's true. That's just really what I hope they would do. That's what I would like to think they would do. Even if it's paying her for her silence, as long as she got paid. Because there's just so much, there's so huge difference between these two. And this woman doesn't deserve to have her vision, which the words were only what was the same, to be stolen from her. And I think it's really, really immoral that they did. So, let's talk about the law a little bit. Again, this isn't my forte. I will be very clear about that. That's why I'm going to link those in the description. But it looks like Lottie Kestner was had to, in order to publish this on her album ironically named Stolen, get a compulsory license. And that gives her the license to profit and go forth with publishing works that are done by somebody else, right? Because you can always do covers, right? Music is a little different when it comes to copyright. Like, you can perform things live, it's fun, stuff like that. If I sat here and, sang to you a song, it would be okay. Because I would sound nothing like the original. There is covers available. It's just something music has always done. But in order to use and profit from those, she had to get a compulsory license. Now, where it gets gray is when it comes to her derivative work. And there are certain, I'll actually link both her original song and the trailer to this, because if I show them to you, they're going to take my video. And right now, with complete demonetizations and burying of my channel, it's really hard to have one video taken from me, even if it's just one. So, the hums, the musical tuning that she does with her mouth was 100% her. Those did not appear in the original song by New Order. So, that is considered derivative of, her derivative work under the, state of the law. The only thing that really, really, really unfortunately screws her, and I actually feel really bad for her, is the fact that with a compulsory license, any derivative work you do thereafter on the original composition is kind of null and void. It negates it, right? So, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot she can do. Now, what Naughty Dog is doing and everything I've done. Now, of course, I could be incorrect. Any research that I have done, what they are doing is completely legal. And that sucks. And what sucks about it is I've defended Naughty Dog quite a bit, honestly. I don't believe their game's woke. I don't believe any of that. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I don't care. I don't believe that. Any of those things. What they're doing in the here and now may be legal, but it's immoral. It's unethical. That woman didn't just wake up knowing she was going to compose something that way. It doesn't happen that way. An artist doesn't simply create when they're sleeping and wake up and they're like, I'm going to publish it. Every single step of the way making that song, whether it was getting the compulsory license, whether it was composing it, whether it was going to a recording studio, paying for a recording studio, her guitar, every single step of the way was 100% hers. And even if it is legal, that doesn't make it okay. Legality does not equal morality. And this is a perfect example of just that. We are looking at a situation where Naughty Dog, you really, really fucked up. And you've done it in the past before. Even if it's legal, that doesn't make it okay. Make a statement. Say you gave, work something out. And maybe that's what they're in the mix with now. We don't know because those tweets did just disappear sometimes early this afternoon. But every single sense of this is completely wrong. And I am really disappointed with this whole situation. What would have been the harm in reaching out to this girl? She would have been flattered, I can guarantee it. She would have felt really great. Reading the tweet, and she wrote, and this is before it disappeared, of course. Hey, are you aware that the True Faith cover you put in your Last of Us 2 trailer is a replica of my cover that came out 10 years ago. I wrote the original part, not the original song, but this is exactly copied by whoever covered it. I am heartbroken. Like, that makes me feel like my heart swells for this girl because I can't imagine how you feel. So, this Naughty Dog, you need to fix this. You need to fix this quick. I've already put nearly $100 into this game. You need to fix this. This isn't okay. Anyways, I will put those links to, obviously, a little bit more educated videos when it comes to this. Make sure you check them out. I'll put the links to her video, too, because she definitely deserves some support right now. That's so unfortunate. I'm really, really disappointed. Anyways, let me know what you guys think and what you think of this song or what you think of Just the latest on the onslaught of Naughty Dog. Come on, guys. Get your shit together. My God. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.